Welcome to English Fluency Tips. Today, we're diving into something really inspiring. From zero to fluent, a journey to master English. Now, I know for many people, learning English can feel like a distant dream, something that only happens for other people. But the truth is, anyone can achieve it. Yes, anyone. With dedication, patience, and the right mindset, you can go from struggling with the basics to speaking fluently and confidently. In today's video, I'm going to share with you some incredible stories of people who started from scratch and became fluent. These journeys show that fluency is within your reach, no matter where you're starting. Are you ready? Let's jump right in. Let's talk about Emily. Now, Emily was someone who had always wanted to explore the world, meet new people, and live in different places. But there was one thing standing in her way. She barely spoke any English. She lived in a small town where opportunities to practice were hard to come by. And whenever she did try to speak, she stumbled over her words. She would get so embarrassed by her mistakes, and conversations felt like climbing a mountain she wasn't ready for. One day, everything changed. Emily missed out on a job she really, really wanted because her English wasn't good enough. And that was it. That moment was her wake up call. She realized that if she wanted to achieve her dreams, if she wanted to explore the world, she had to make learning English her top priority. She set a goal for herself. Within 1 year, she was going to become fluent in English. It wasn't an easy journey. Not at all. In the beginning, Emily started small. She listened to English podcasts, watched movies with subtitles, and tried to mimic what she heard. But oh boy, did it feel hard at first. The words just blended together, and she struggled to understand even the simplest conversations. But Emily kept going. Every day, she'd listen to a little more, repeat the lines out loud, pause, and practice. Slowly but surely, things began to make sense. She didn't stop there. Emily also started practicing speaking English by herself. Yes, you heard that right. She would talk to herself. While cooking, cleaning, or even just walking down the street, she'd narrate her actions in English. It felt awkward, even silly at times, but bit by bit, it helped her build confidence. But there were hard moments. There were times when she felt frustrated. She wondered, will I ever get this? There were days when progress seemed painfully slow. But guess what? Emily didn't give up. She pushed through, and she celebrated her small wins. The first time she ordered food in English without hesitation, that was a huge win for her. The day she had a short, smooth conversation with a tourist, that felt like a victory. A year later, Emily's life was completely different. She landed her dream job, and guess what? It required her to speak English every single day. From feeling lost and intimidated, Emily had grown into someone confident, someone capable. Her journey is a perfect example of what commitment and perseverance can achieve. It wasn't magic, it was dedication. Now, let me tell you about Carlos. Carlos wasn't like Emily. He wasn't someone who ever had much interest in learning English. In fact, as a teenager, Carlos struggled with his English classes. He often failed his exams and just thought to himself, I'm not good at languages. This isn't for me. But life had different plans for him. Carlos moved to an English-speaking country for work. Can you imagine? He moved there with hardly any English skills, and he quickly realized that to survive, to thrive in this new country, he had to master English, and fast. Carlos didn't have the luxury of time. He jumped right in. He fully immersed himself in English, even though it was uncomfortable, even though it was frustrating at times. He joined local conversation groups to practice speaking, and he set a rule for himself: no more subtitles. He would watch TV shows in English without any help from subtitles. In the beginning, it felt like he was listening to a completely different language, but slowly he started picking things up. His comprehension improved, and he began understanding more and more. Speaking was the hardest part for Carlos. He was so embarrassed by his mistakes. He hated mispronouncing words, but he knew the only way to improve was to keep practicing. He started small, greeting his neighbors, asking for directions, participating in group discussions. Each time he tried, it got a little easier. Every day, Carlos challenged himself. He would learn 5 new words and make sure to use them in sentences throughout the day. At work, he asked his colleagues to slow down when they spoke so he could understand and respond more clearly. And with every small success, his confidence grew. Whether it was understanding a joke at work or finishing a conversation in English, those small wins kept him going. 6 months in, Carlos was a different person. He could now confidently join meetings, give presentations, and chat casually with his coworkers. His story shows that fluency doesn't just happen. It comes from persistence, from pushing through challenges, and from showing up every single day. As you've seen from Emily and Carlos, learning English is not about perfection. It's about progress. These stories remind us that everyone starts somewhere, and with dedication, anyone can reach their goals. Fluency isn't something that happens overnight. It's built over time, step by step. So, wherever you are in your English journey, remember, every effort you make brings you closer to your goal. Like Emily and Carlos, you can overcome the struggles, and one day you'll look back and realize how far you've come. Keep pushing forward, and I'll be here to support you every step of the way. Let's make this journey to fluency together.